The first part of learning any fighting game is deciding which character you want to play as. In this video I'm going to give you a brief overview of each character, how easy they are, and generally where they are rated within their archetype. In fighting games there are three base archetypes that each character falls into. Rushdown, which is usually a very mobile character that wants to fight up close.
Same idea right here. Trying to dash forward, no. Xiaohai saw it.
Zoner, which is the opposite of Rushdown, a character that wants to fight from a far distance.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Mochi's got full bar though. 1v. Yeah, one hit confirm.
And finally a Grappler, which is typically a slow defensive type character with more than average health and stun that wants to get close and use their command grabs to deal damage.
Oh god. That range.
Characters are often hybrids of these three base types, especially in Street Fighter V, where most characters have a rushdown component.
In there right now. Really close to stun.
Oh my gosh, Arturo's playing out of his mind right now so cleanly. And what?
I created a diagram to help visualize some of the things to help you decide which character you'd like to play. Each character has been placed under their base, most dominant archetype. Their vertical position relates to generally how good the character is within their archetype. Finally, the color outlining the character's portrait indicates how difficult the character is to learn, mostly in regards to execution. If you want to skip to a character, you can click on their icon. Let's start with Cammy. Cammy is a pure rushdown character. She has a fast walk speed and the fastest forward dash in the game currently. Cammy has multiple great anti-airs, good pokes, many ways to get around projectiles, and a very strong offense. Her only weakness is her low health and stun. She is the easiest character to learn in the game, and I highly recommend playing her if you want to play a rushdown character. Cammy is commonly considered one of the top 5 characters in the game, and like most characters in the game, her inputs are all motion based. So even if you end up wanting to play a different character later on, you'll likely already have a head start. Notable Cammys to watch are Xiaohai, Kaznoko, and K-Brad. Next up is ChunLi. Chun is the closest thing to a perfect character in Street Fighter V. She is fast, has the strongest ground game, easy to use anti-airs, and a very strong offense. If you're the type of person who only wants to play the best of the best, then look no further. Chun's only noticeable weakness is her slow jump, but she counteracts her own weakness by having great jump in normals and being able to change her jump art using her air lightning legs and V skill. For the most part, Chun's specials are charge based, and playing her optimally can take some time, but if you're willing to spend the extra time, it will more than pay off. Notable Chun players are Sako, Goichi, and MOB. Ken has a fairly balanced toolkit, but his short-range normal attacks and slow recovery on his fireball indicate that it should be played up close. Ken's hit confirmable target combos and V-trigger allow him to do tons of damage. If you like flashy combos and want a similar style to Cammy, but without the drawback of low health, then Ken is the character for you. Some notable Ken players are Momoichi, Eita, and Big Bird. Next is Karen. Karen has a very strong ground game, great pressure, and is able to convert almost any hit into a high damaging combo. Her biggest weakness is her anti-airs are very hard to use, so it may take some time before you're able to consistently keep your opponent out of the air. But Karen's ground game and offense more than makes up for it. Karen has a lot of mix-ups and some nice resets as well. Notable Karen players are Mago, Justin Wong, and Pax. Nash is a strong zoning character with some quick movement tools that can help him get in or out as he sees fit. If you know for sure you want to play a zoning character, I recommend starting out with Nash. He has motion-based inputs, a strong fireball game, far-reaching attacks, and he can use his V-meter to help him escape unfavorable situations. Notable Nash players to learn from are Infiltration, Yukadon, and Songchan. Moving on to our first grappler, our Mika. Mika isn't a typical grappler character. She has better movement than the other grapplers and some interesting tools to help her get closer. However, she doesn't have the best pokes and is still weak against zoners, until she gets close to them at least. Mika is some of the best corner carry in the game, and once she has you in the corner, she's able to continuously apply mix-ups until you guess right or lose the round. If you don't like letting your opponent play the game, then Mika is the character for you. Notable Mikas are Fudo, Knuckledoo, and Luffy. Now for Street Fighter's most iconic character, Ryu. Ryu's balance toolset allows him to be played from both up close or far away. Ryu has motion-based inputs and can help new players learn what kind of style they prefer to play as. Ryu has decent pokes and an okay fireball, and like Ken, Ryu can deal tons of damage. But only if he lands the right hits. Notable Ryu players to watch are Tokido, Daigo, and NL. At first sight, Macaulay seems like a pretty standard rushdown character. He is equipped with a command grab, and his V-skill gives him a projectile to work with. But his normals have a short range, and his movement is average. The most important aspect of Macaulay is his V-trigger. While in V-trigger, Macaulay does significantly more damage, moves much faster, and has more frame advantage on his stomps. Notable Macaulay players are Gamer V, Haitani, and Pino. Up next is another classic Street Fighter character, Dhalsim. Dhalsim uses his long limbs in order to keep opponents far away from him. He also has some cool movement options, including a teleport, which he can use to get closer or further away from his opponents. He has a dive kick to get to the ground quicker or start pressure if it's spaced correctly, the ability to float around in the air if he wants to control the air while avoiding ground attacks. He can use a slide for a low attack, or to avoid fireballs/jump ins. Optimizing Sim's movement can be quite hard, especially with instant air teleport, which is used very often during a match, and requires quite a bit of execution to get down. Sim also has decent pressure if he needs to be up close. The downsides of Sim are his low life/stun and having some very lopsided matchups. Notable Sim players are F-Champ, Sabin, and Commander Jesse. At first sight, Guile appears to be a very standard zoning character. Fast projectiles to make opponents want to jump, and good anti-airs to make them afraid to. But his V-skill and V-trigger open up many new opportunities. They can be used to give him extra charges on his projectile, cover the space in front of him, or let him charge in to apply pressure. If you're looking to play a classic fireball character and don't mind charge inputs, then Guile's the way to go. Notable Guiles are Knuckledoo, Chris G, and I'm Still Her Daddy. Urien is pretty evenly split between being a zoner and a rushdown character. He has decent fireballs that he can charge up and shoot upward, and he has some far-reaching normals to poke with. His V-trigger gives him the ability to get multiple mix-ups on his opponent and convert it into good damaging combos, which makes him strong up close as well as from afar. Notable Urien players are RB and Automatic. Birdie is a grappler with some interesting tools. His chain and V-skill can help him close the gap between the zoners, or help keep rushdown away. He is a slow character, but he has far-reaching normals and deals tons of damage. If you want to play a grappler but aren't sure who to start with, I recommend picking up Birdie. Notable Birdie players to watch are Alucard, Mina RD, and XYZZY. Alex is another grappler with good normals and slow movement speed. He also has some forward moving specials that are safe if spaced correctly. Alex is also one of 2 characters in the game who can parry attacks, and he is also the only grappler that has charge-based attacks. Notable Alex players are LPN, Takuya Sugi, and Problem Man. In Street Fighter V, Vega has become a stance character. His claw stance gives him very far-reaching normals that are great for poking. And his claw off stance gives him access to a command grab and trades his far reach for better pressure. If you like having a fast-moving character with a variety of playstyles, then Vega might be a good choice for you. Notable Vegas are Flash, Nemo, and DR Ray. Balrog is a character with all punch attacks. He lacks good pokes, but does have high damage and good mix-ups. He also has a lot of forward-moving special attacks that, if spaced correctly, are safe on block and can get around projectiles. If you want to relentlessly rush down your opponents, then Balrog is a great pick. Notable Balrogs are Alucard, Smug, and PR Balrog. Ibuki has a lot of unique attributes to her. She has a lot of target combos that she can confirm on reaction to help either keep her safe or go into a combo. Ibuki also has a combo ender that removes the backstep option from her opponent, allowing her to get guaranteed, perfectly timed meaty attacks. She also has many tools to create different combos and reset situations. Ibuki's main weaknesses are her mediocre pokes, low damage, and low health. Notable Ibukis are Major Boy, Issa, and Aqua. Fang is a mostly charge-based character who uses poison projectiles and traps to slowly kill his opponent while keeping them out. Fang doesn't have great pokes, but once he is close enough he has decent pressure and can use his trap slants in ambiguous mix-ups. He also has some interesting tools to avoid his opponent's attacks. Notable Fangs are Dominion, Xian, and Like White Bread. Zangief is a classic grappler character who uses full circle motions for his command grabs. His light command grab has very far range and he has a few far-reaching buttons as well. Zangief's V skill allows him to move forward while armoring attacks. Keith's weaknesses are he doesn't have many situations where he can combo, and he doesn't get Oki after some of his command grabs. Notable Zangiefs are Stupendous, Snake Eyes, and Itabashi. Laura is one of the faster moving grapplers. She doesn't have great normals, but she does have a slow moving projectile she can use to help get her closer, or stay at advantage when she's up close. Her V skill allows her to move quickly in and out during pressure and can set up some reset situations. If you're looking to play an explosive grappler, then look no further. Notable Lauras are Mike and Ike, Will Tupac, and Ice Effect. Rashid is a character with a lot of unique movement options and specials. Instead of a normal dash, he has a run. Instead of a horizontal moving projectile, his curve upward. Rashid's main weakness is that he has to choose between doing damage and getting Oki. Rather than that, Rashid is a very solid character. Notable Rashid players are John Takeuchi, Alex Valle, and Oil King. Bison is a very slow moving character. He has the slowest walk speed and a slow dash as well. Bison does have a few ways to get around this though. His Devil's Reverse special can get him in closer and potentially let him start applying pressure. Once he's up close, he has some good frame traps that can lead into damaging combos, especially if he has his V-trigger available. Notable Bison players are Tampa Bison, Tyrant, and Gagapa. And now for the last character, Juri. Juri can store specials that allow her to extend combos or make them safe if they are blocked. She has decent pokes, pressure, and is an all-around solid character. Her main weakness is her low life. Notable Juri players are Shin Chang, Ai, and Yosai. Well, that's it for this video. I hope now you have a good idea of which character you want to start with in Street Fighter V. Make sure to follow my Twitch, Twitter, and subscribe for more Street Fighter V content. Click on the video on the screen to watch the next recommended in the tutorial series.